Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Ticket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop. Until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, you guys. So I have some big news for everybody that's watching this video, man. Salute to all of y'all that's tapping on in, man. And man, bro, if you guys have not got the album, make sure y'all do so, man. Salute to everybody that's getting the album. A Weapons, the greatest. He is on our intro tracks, man. I mean, R&B album. Y'all make sure y'all go cop it. Link is in the description along with all our other links, Cash App, PayPal. Y'all already know podcast show, website, free membership to our website. All you gotta do is click all those links in the description box, and y'all can get the weight loss formula too. Those links in the description box below. Let's get into it, man. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me in the building? Press 1 if y'all can hear me in here, man. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the building. I have some major news for you guys right now. Press 1 if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me? All right, man. So first of all, let me tell y'all what's going on with this other situation. So everybody understands the breakdown of this thing, man, because this thing has gotten real. The Ochocinco and Shannon Sharpe are being sued by this lady. Now, we've already pretty much know who the lady is. She's the lady from the Usher Raymond concert on the far right-hand side of your screen. Everybody thought when she came out with this $20 million lawsuit, and everything's going to make sense when I say it in a second. Everybody thought that I saw, oh, yeah, man, she's just jumping on the bandwagon. Look, she's jumping on the bandwagon. Everybody was wrong. According to reports, this woman not only had allegedly warned Shannon Sharpe and asked him and Ocho to take down the defamation on all different platforms. This woman, there's video out that she went on the news and announced that this story was a lie. There's video all on the internet now of when she went on the news to say that this was a lie and that this was basically defamation back then when it was going on. Apparently, she said that Shannon Sharpe and them, she gave many attempts for them to take it down. They didn't take it down. So she filed her lawsuit. Ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news is for this situation with her is she didn't file her lawsuit after the recent situation with Shannon Sharpe. She had already filed her lawsuit at the beginning of this year. It just went under the radar because, like a lot of lawsuits do, like the same lawsuit Shannon Sharpe had going on with Michelle Bundy, that lawsuit had been going on since 2023. Nobody knew about it because it was quiet. Shannon and them kept it under wraps. So when everybody wondered why ESPN fired this man, because ESPN know a lot we don't know. It has been revealed today that this woman filed the lawsuit months ago at the beginning of this year before all of this other stuff came out with Shannon. So everybody was saying, oh, well, she's just trying to get a piece of Shannon's money. Nope. Defamation. Because she had already filed her lawsuit at the beginning of this year against them and their company. This was not a retaliatory thing because of what happened with that girl. She had her own individual situation, which caused her to file the lawsuit after she claims that she warned Shannon Sharpe and asked him to take it down on all platforms and issue a public apology because people at her work came at her based off of what they said allegedly on Nightcap. Now, right now, according to the reports, and I told you guys this, see, y'all got to understand it. This is why I said, yo, but I can't run around just calling all these girls hoes. We got to take this thing by case basis because a lot of us, we know, and I'm going to say this. I understand my brothers when they say, man, look, man, they trying to shake brothers down. Bro, some of these brothers got to have responsibility. Let me tell you something. I watched Shannon Sharpe. Shout out to my boy 2 Raw in the building. Salute to you, homie. I see you in the building. Y'all go subscribe to my boy 2 Raw for TV in the building. I saw Shannon Sharpe, and I'm going to tell y'all like this. I saw Shannon Sharpe sit up on his shows, and forget Nightcap. Forget Nightcap, right? We're going to talk about First Take. How many times y'all seen these people go up there with all the wrong information, bro? And shout out to my boy 2 Raw, because I saw his video yesterday. He brought up something that made a lot of sense. These dudes be up there talking about, oh, well, they got this player wasn't efficient or that player didn't have an efficient season. It's straight up lies. You can literally go look this stuff up. The stuff that did him and Skip, the hit pieces they were running on Russell Westbrook. The defamation that he was doing to Kyrie Irving, talking about some, oh, Kyrie thinks he's smart because he got a Duke degree. Bro, all this stuff is extra slamming and slamming. Let me tell y'all something, right? And Shannon Sharpe is the one. See, and this is the reason why, because, and I'm going to tell everybody that's listening to this video, you guys got to get hip to what we're saying, right? I'm telling y'all this right now. Shannon Sharpe is an old fool. He ain't a new fool. He an old fool. Bro, I was watching a video from the brother, the lead attorney. Shout out to the lead attorney. He nailed this. The brother from the lead attorney said this woman have a bigger case than any of the other people. Like I told everybody when it first came out yesterday, I told y'all, I said this girl got a case because she's not a public figure. When you're a private figure, it makes the cases even easier in court when you're a private figure. Why does it make them easier in court when you're a private figure? It makes it easier in court because when you're a private figure in court, public figures have bigger ways to announce stuff. It's more of an open season and thing situation, right? When you're a private figure and you go into people's private life can get affected by this. And when you have millions and millions of people who see this stuff, now you got a situation. That's why I told y'all, this woman finna get a bag. Her lawsuit was not retaliatory. Her lawsuit had already been out there. It had just been under the wraps. It just came out now because everybody's looking under Shannon Sharpe. Everybody's looking in these filings and saying, hold on, man. This dude got these pending lawsuits against him. Same thing with Michelle Bundy Evans at ESPN. She had her lawsuit since 2023. This had nothing to do with this new girl getting that money and then walking out. Shannon Sharpe, big mouth. And then I'm going to say this to y'all, right? And this is why I say to y'all, we on this channel, we say all the time, listen, ain't nobody on this earth perfect. But the way Shannon Sharpe was talking, bro, he made me so mad because I was backing this dude thinking, yo, this dude real with it. And then once he got exposed, I'm thinking like, bro, you talk all that shit about all them niggas, you sitting up here. But this is the stuff that Shannon Sharpe said. I'm telling you this. I want y'all to hear this right here. Because the lead attorney, he played this. And when I seen this video today, I was like, damn, dog, unbelievable.
Deserves so much more than your own daughter. That's why, if people wonder why they don't get the blessings that someone else, ask yourself, what? See, you think you're doing everything right, but see, God know your heart. You can fool everybody else, but you can't fool that man upstairs, and you wonder why. Ask yourself. Ask yourself when you're alone and you by yourself. All right, shout out to.
Now, see, this is all the stuff this dude was saying. They got all the clips from this nigga. All that shit he was saying on Nightcap. That's why I was stir frying this nigga. From all the things he was saying about all these athletes, all these other dudes telling these dudes, oh, y'all need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. What you talking about? You need to be doing that. Bro, listen, let me tell y'all something. Any nigga that hang around LeBron James, bro, I'm telling you right now, they suspect to me. I'm that straight up, bro. That's just how I feel, man. That's how I feel. But ladies and gentlemen, today came some crazy news. Apparently, ESPN is currently looking at Chad Ochocinco to replace Shannon Sharpe. let me repeat that again. Let me repeat. This is crazy. This is crazy work. Apparently, ESPN is looking at Chad Ochocinco to replace Shannon Sharpe. Now, let me read the report. I'll put a link to the story in the description box after this video is over with, right? You guys can go right to the Spun by Athlon Sports to get this article, right? And the sports fans are torn on this, according to the report they just put out today. With the door slammed shut on Shannon Sharpe's return to ESPN, the network seems intent on finding a suitable sports figure who can go toe-to-toe with Stephen A. Smith. But it looks like they may have their eyes set on someone. According to Michael McCarthy of Front Office Sports, ESPN appears to be eyeing former NFL wide receiver Chad Ochocinco. Boy, the game is cold, boy. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Think about all that Shannon had. And the lead attorney, he said something today that made so much sense. The lead attorney said, bro, let me tell y'all something. Shannon gonna have to end up paying that woman. This new woman, he gonna have to pay her. He gonna have to cut that check. But check this out, y'all. He also said this. He said, forget the $23 million that Shannon lost in that lawsuit. Shannon Sharpe lost generational wealth because he lost all that money from his ESPN contract. Shannon Sharpe was making tens of millions of dollars a year on ESPN. He's lost all that money now. He ain't going back to FS1. They fired him from FS1. They just cleaned out all that Charlie, stuff. He ain't going back over there. Now, Ochocinco, according to reports, ESPN is eyeing him. And this is why ESPN is smart. They feel like probably Ocho is safer, even though they probably look at this lawsuit and be like, hold on, man. Because this lawsuit just came out too. But Ocho still got wave because he been around Shannon Sharpe, and everybody would watch to see what Ocho gonna say in that replacement of Shannon Sharpe. So ESPN is banking that even though Shay Sharpe is out of there, if they get Ocho, Ocho's been on Shannon's hip, so Ocho got that big wave too, and this might lean into Ocho being able to do something big himself too. This is crazy work. Now, let me read the article to y'all. According to Michael McCarthy of Front Office Sports, ESPN appears to be eyeing former NFL wide receiver Chad Ochocinco to join First Take. It would be part of an effort by the network to distance itself from Shannon Sharpe while still retaining a large portion of Shannon Sharpe's audience. ESPN, nasty work, boy. A source with direct knowledge of the relationship between ESPN and Shannon Sharpe told Front Office Sports, adding Ochocinco would allow ESPN to retain Shannon Sharpe's audience after moving on from him. This is all over the news right now. Johnson is not without credentials. He has been speaking his mind on just about every camera that turns his way, dating all the way back to his playing days. And in the decade since he's played his final down of pro football, he has been working very diligently on growing as a media figure. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This will have to destroy Shannon Sharpe because Shannon Sharpe is the one that's been kind of training Ocho. Peep this, y'all. Before Ocho did nightcap with Shannon Sharpe, Ocho wasn't talking no basketball or nothing. He football guy. But Ocho been getting on the job training because he been talking with all them NBA players that's been up there. He's been talking a lot of basketball now. They can try to do a fake it till you make it thing and help build him up and then put another basketball personality on the show with him, talk NBA to kind of carry him through that. But that's very smart because everybody will still watch to see what would happen on First Take when you put Ocho up there instead of Shannon Sharpe. Just because of the narrative. ESPN is geniuses if they do that. And you think Ocho gonna turn down that bag, especially after they lost money over there? You think Ocho gonna turn down that bag? Let me repeat myself to you again. Do you think, and then with the situation that's going on, that Shannon Sharpe still got that other pending lawsuit with Michelle Bundy Evans, the former ESPN worker, and she's claiming that she may have more lawsuits coming against Shannon Sharpe. Bro, Ochocinco, let me tell y'all something, man. They come to him with a bag, because remember, he's one half of that nightcap show. Who is Shannon Sharpe to tell Ocho, yo, don't take that? It ain't Ocho's fault Shannon Sharpe messed up his opportunity. Shannon Sharpe was the same dude that was sitting there yelling and grilling on Ocho. Telling Ocho, you need to be professional. You need to do this. You need to do that. Meanwhile, look how he was moving. It would be nasty work if he was the one that trained Ocho to be the next big thing. And if Ocho garnered all of the gifts that Shannon Sharpe was supposed to gain. Because remember, even though Shannon Sharpe was solid when he first went on TV, Shannon Sharpe was not a superstar when he first went on TV to CBS. Shannon Sharpe learned on the job and did great. Ocho and Shannon both together have one of the biggest shows on social media. Ocho goes to First Take, everybody's going to watch initially to see what pops off. Then they're going to go watch Nightcap, but then they know the Nightcap people are still going to go watch Ocho on ESPN to see what he say. Ocho may have huge money coming his way. And if you're Ochocinco, the one thing you don't want to do is turn down that guaranteed money that ESPN gonna come to him with, because that's guaranteed TV money. And when you're finished with your playing career, you don't turn down multi-million-dollar national TV deals. How hot is Shannon Sharpe gonna be if he had to pay that chick off, the OnlyFans chick? You retired her. You trained Ocho to take your job at ESPN, where Shannon Sharpe was going to line up to not only get a $100 million deal podcasting, but a $100 million deal on ESPN too, just like Stephen A. Smith. What happens if you lose that $100 million podcast deal, but Ocho goes and he gets his bag on ESPN, and now he becomes the guy on national TV, and you trained him? Ocho then goes to a situation where he's much wiser and much smarter. Now, people criticize Ocho about his talking, but Ocho got the gift of gab too. He's a funny cat. And he's not as critical of people and saying stuff like, he don't go out and say all the crazy stuff Shannon say off the top. He's just a funny cat. You know what I mean? He not stupid like that to be, yeah, my grandma said. That's not Ocho. But he's smart enough to maneuver his way in there, and they have one of the biggest shows. If you're Ochocinco and ESPN come at you with $5, $6, $7 million per year, he ain't turn that shit down, bro. Ain't no nigga retired from the NFL turn those $6, $7 million guaranteed TV deal down. because that opens up so many more opportunities of exposure and just personal opportunities for Ochocinco, as well as endorsements and other things like that. Imagine how many endorsements Ocho would get coming to him. You know how Shannon has all his endorsements and stuff. Well, what happens if Ocho gets his own podcast show? Not saying that him and Shannon Sharpe stop Nightcap, but I'm saying what happens if he gets an Ocho interview show like Club Shay Shay? What happens if Ocho get those big deals? Which could happen if he has that TV exposure and they doing great numbers with Stephen A. Smith on First Take. Those opportunities will be open for Ocho, as well as, because remember, Ocho has been trained now all this time. He's shown commitment. He's shown faithfulness. He's been on there working his ass off. He's been on there all the time. Yeah, Ocho's a funny cat. I know he made a lot of the ladies mad. He said, "Yo, Ocho made all the ladies. Ocho made all the ladies mad when he told when he told Evelyn, yeah, you gonna be the last slice." Oh my God, he made so many ladies mad when he said that. When he told Evelyn, you gonna be the last slice. He said, you'll be the last slice. Oh my God. When he said that, bro, I'm just, dog, this dude, I'm just telling y'all this though. This dude, I'm telling y'all, to me, ESPN could pull it off with Ocho. He ain't dry like Keyshawn Johnson. It's not a rerun like some of those other guys would be. It wouldn't be a rerun like that. He's actually a guy who has been groomed and trained in this position to be able to go on the big tube and talk that with Stephen A. snitching them. I'm telling you. And then if you Ocho, shit, y'all getting sued, shit, you might need that money anyways to pay that back for the trouble y'all. So you might need that anyways, dog. I don't know too many people turn down guaranteed TV money on ESPN, bro. I don't see it. I don't see it, bro. I know Shannon gonna be salty. If Shannon did all that talking and see Ocho get everything he was supposed to get, man, you know. Y'all say Ocho's dry. Ocho's not dry, man. Ocho's funny, man. You gotta understand Ocho, bro. Ocho's the funny one. Bro, Ocho is hilarious, man. I don't know what y'all be looking at, man. You know what I'm saying? And when Ocho don't know something, he gonna sit up there and be like, man, I don't know. Oh, man, tell me, man. Yo, when he don't be knowing about basketball, yo, he'll look at whoever else they got up there in basketball. He'll be like, hey, man, look, man. Bro, I be dying laughing. He don't be up there like Shannon acting like he know everything. That's the funny part. So I don't see him turning down guaranteed TV money. You'd be a damn fool, in my opinion, especially dealing with all the shit he dealing with now, being linked to Shannon Sharpe. And who would Shannon Sharpe be? Who would Shannon Sharpe be to tell Ocho, nah, don't take that deal, man? That would be some hate, because it was Shannon Sharpe's fault that he got fired from ESPN. So you can't be mad that they say, hey, look, man, you didn't do what you're supposed to do, but we're going to go hire Ocho. Shit, at least they kept it in-house. But this is crazy work, man. But that girl, y'all, everybody was jumping on her early. She was not, let me repeat this again. She did not jump on the bandwagon. Bro, this man Shannon Sharpe had all kind of lawsuits against it that we didn't know. And we was wondering why ESPN fired this dude, bro. Bro, I have one question. How many pending lawsuits do Shannon Sharpe have had against him that the general public don't know about all this time, bro? Hey, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, shit, because you know they're going to start digging it up now. Anything that come on the table, they start, and the thing is, you got to look up the date that these lawsuits was filed. Right? But they saying this woman, she filed this lawsuit way at the beginning of this year. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.